Hey, Dylan, are you at the house still?
Huh? Oh, hey Taylor. Yeah, I'm still at home. How come?
Oh, okay. You're going to need to leave in like the next 10 minutes.
What? Why?
I need the house.
Huh? The whole house? Why?
I'm getting my hair done and my hairdresser is coming to the house to do it.
But why do you need the whole house for that? Surely you can just do it in the kitchen, can't you?
Actually, no, I can't. My friends are coming over as well, and we want the house so that we can have a girls' day. We can't do that if you're sulking around the place.
But Taylor, I have a load of work that I need to do, so I can't really leave the house for long because I need a steady internet connection.
What? Are you on about that stupid stuff you do on the computer? That's not a real job, you know? I mean, I doubt you're even doing anything. You're probably just sitting at home all day playing games, whilst me and your brother are out all day working hard to get the money to pay the bills. How about you do everyone a favor and stop being such a leech, okay?
Well, that's not fair. I'm not just sitting and playing games. I'm actually working really hard. Yes, I might not have to go out to work like Tristan does, but it's still work. I just got lucky enough to be able to work from home. And besides, you don't even have a job. You don't work at all. You just take all of Tristan's money and use it for yourself. Last month you even took so much that he had to ask me to cover a bit of his rent. You didn't even buy anything useful, just some shoes.
They weren't just some shoes. They were Louis Vuitton. Do you even know how jealous everyone is when I wear them? They are some of the most expensive and sought-after shoes in the world.
And are they worth Tristan not having any money for anything else?
Yeah, he doesn't mind. He'd have told me not to buy them otherwise.
He didn't even know you were getting them. And if I recall correctly, he asked you to take them back, and your response was to wear them outside and scuff the bottoms up, just so that you could say that they wouldn't accept them as a return now.
Oh, whatever. Look, just get out of the house. In fact, whilst you're at it, why not just take all of your things and just not come back?
Huh? What are you going on about now?
You heard me. I want you out of the house. Like, permanently.
You're kicking me out?
That's such a harsh way to put it. Think of it more like an eviction.
That's exactly the same thing, and in no way less harsh. Anyway, I'm not going anywhere. We can have a talk with Tristan later if there are some issues that need to be resolved, but for now I'm staying here and I'm doing my work.
Ugh, why do you have to be so awkward? Look, just get out of the house. That's all I'm asking. You don't need to live there, so you can go and find your own place so that me and Tristan can finally live together like a proper couple. I don't want to live with my husband's dorky little brother for the rest of my life. I want my own house and I want it now. So you need to leave, ASAP.
Wow, so this is what you really think, huh? You really hate me, is that it? So much so that you want to kick me out of the house?
Yeah. I mean, why are you even living with us in the first place? Are you really that poor and lazy that you can't earn enough money to get your own place to live? Just how pathetic are you?
I'm not just gonna move out simply because you told me to. In fact, I think I'm gonna have a word with Tristan when I get home later and we can talk about your behavior and how you've been treating me.
You're seriously going to go and tattle on me to your brother? Really?
I'm dealing with this conflict like any mature adult should. I'm gonna have a proper conversation about it with the people who it concerns. And my brother just happens to be one of them.
Ugh, whatever.
Now, I can leave for an hour so you can get your hair done if you'd like, but it can't be more than 1 hour.
Fine, just leave the house for 1 hour. At least that way I'll have some personal time without having to deal with you.
Okay, then I guess I'll be back in an hour.
Or, don't come back at all. That's an option.
I'll see you in 1 hour. Hey, Tristan, sorry to bother you whilst you're at work, but I really think that we all need to have a good, long chat tonight about our living situation. Hey, bro, it's alright. And what do you mean? Has something happened? It's just, Taylor's basically just messaged me and tried to kick me out of the house. What? Why would she do that? She said something about wanting a place for just you and her, which, I do get considering you're a couple and all, but to do that, I think we'd all need to chat about how things are at the minute. Yeah, no, of course. It's probably for the best that we all talk things through. Thanks, bro. No problem. I'll see you tonight then, yeah? Yeah, definitely. See you later. Taylor, what have you done? Why is all my stuff on the sidewalk?
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Why is all my stuff outside in the front yard?
I told you, I want you out of the house. This is our home, and neither one of us wants you here anymore. Trust me, I know because I messaged him and he said that he agreed with me. So you should just take your stuff or whatever's left of it and get out of here already.
Well, I know for a fact that's not true because I spoke with Tristan earlier and he said that he agreed with me. But apparently you've decided to take matters into your own hands and totally destroy everything I own.
Well, I thought you just needed a bit of a helping hand to get the message. Now that all of your stuff is already outside, you can just pick it all up and go live somewhere else.
You've really gone too far this time, Taylor. It's starting to rain. All my things are gonna get soaking wet. This isn't funny.
It kind of is from my point of view.
You were such a horrible woman. I don't know what my brother saw in you when he decided to marry you.
Blah, blah, blah. Just get lost already.
You're definitely gonna regret doing this.
Oh, I'm so scared. As if.
You won't be mocking me soon.
And why is that?
You'll find out soon enough. Dylan, where are you? How come you're not at home, and where's all your stuff? Why don't you ask your wife? Taylor took all my things out of the house and chucked them on the sidewalk in the rain. I've had to gather everything up and put it all into storage. I'm currently in a hotel for the night before I can get a new place sorted. Oh, hang on. You're moving out? Yeah, I can't deal with Taylor anymore. This was the last straw. I'm only glad that I took my laptop with me when I went to the cafe so that I could get some work done. If I hadn't done that, then someone walking by the house could have just taken it. I've already lost some of my things because people have simply helped themselves thanks to Taylor. Jeez, I'm sorry she's done that. Let me just have a word with her. Look, I'm sorry to say this, Tristan, but I can't live with her. As long as she's about, then I won't be moving back in with you. I see. Okay then, leave it with me. I'll make sure that everything gets sorted out properly. Huh? Don't worry about it. Okay?
Dylan, hey, how are you? Look, about the other day, I don't know what came over me. Just chucking all of your things out like that? So rude. So, I know I said that I didn't want you living with us anymore, but maybe I was just a bit hasty. We can all fit into the house. It is quite a big one after all, lol.
So what's brought all this on then?
Well, Tristan may have mentioned something about needing to split the rent or something like that, but it's truly not about the money. I honestly would just miss you being in the house. Although, if you could come back and start contributing towards the rent and bills again, that would be good.
Ah, I see. So you finally found out that to actually live in the house, you need me to help pay the bills, huh?
Maybe.
What happened to my job not being a real job and that I'm just playing games or something stupid like that?
Well, I don't get it, but Tristan told me that you actually earned more than him. But surely with that amount of money, you could just pay the rent and we could live a bit better? It wouldn't be too much skin off of your nose now, would it?
So first you wanted to kick me out of the house, saying that I was a lazy bum who contributed nothing to your life, and now you want me to come back simply so I can pay the rent and bills and you can go and spend even more of Tristan's money? Yeah, I don't think so.
But you've got to. I don't want to go and live in some dingy little flat simply because Tristan's not earning enough.
Have you ever thought of you getting a job so you can actually help out paying for things? Not to mention that you'd have your own money to spend on whatever you want then, instead of using all of Tristan's.
Oh, please. As if someone like me was meant to work a menial job like you. I deserve a life of luxury.
Well, I hope that luxury can be found in the dollar store because it sounds like you and Tristan are gonna have to cut back on your spending if you're gonna afford to keep living in that house.
Ugh, see, this is why I don't like you. You're just so selfish.
Says you.
Whatever. Me and Tristan can figure something out. At least I'm rid of you now.
Uh-huh, sure.
What did you say to him?
Huh? Say to who?
To Tristan, of course.
I've not spoken to him today. Why?
Because he's saying that he wants a divorce.
What?
Yeah, he's saying that he's come to realize that the person I actually am is not one that he can see himself spending the rest of his life with. He said that he wants to be with someone who doesn't make his life harder by spending all of his money and someone who actually works to help contribute towards the house. But he said the most important thing was that whoever he is with needs to get along with his family. Most importantly, his brother. So, what did you tell him about me?
Oh, wow, he actually said that?
Yeah. He also put all of my things on the sidewalk outside of the house. Can you believe he did that? I didn't even do anything wrong.
Well, maybe you need to go away and reflect on your behavior. It might do you some good for the future.
Whatever. I don't need your stupid advice right now. Just get me back with your brother. It's your fault we've split up.
Well, I know that's not true in the slightest. Besides, he's my older brother and he can make up his own mind about who he likes and who he doesn't. I'm not gonna try and persuade him to be with someone he doesn't want to be with, especially when that person is a horrible narcissist who cares about no one but herself.
Some brother-in-law you are. You're just useless to me. I mean, where am I supposed to go now? I've got nowhere to live.
Well, there's plenty of flats available.
Ugh.
Anyway, if you got nothing left to say, I'm gonna go. I've got some things to move back into my old house.
Hey, you've got to help me. I don't want to live a normal life like everybody else. Get back here, Dylan. Dylan!
After hearing what my brother did, kicking out his wife and getting a divorce from her, I thanked him for backing me up. I then moved back into the house that we shared and went back to paying half of the rent and the bills. Now that Taylor was gone though, Tristan had a lot more money to spare and he was even able to buy himself some things that he'd been wanting for quite a while. As for Taylor, I heard that she had to get a job at a local supermarket. I do see her around from time to time when I shop, and she doesn't look like she's living a life of luxuries at all. I think she ended up renting a flat in town, which was nowhere near as nice as the house that me and my brother lived in. But sometimes life needs to deal you a pretty big lesson in order for you to shape yourself up. I just hope it works for Taylor.
Hey, Beth. Long time no see. How've you been?
Huh? Is that you, Ted?
Hey, you remembered me. Guess it makes sense. There's no way you could forget. I bet you couldn't stop thinking about me for a single day.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's only natural, I guess. After all, you're so attached to me, you couldn't stop thinking about me. I am unforgettable. Guilty as charged.
What is this all of a sudden? We haven't talked in years. You seem so excited.
Huh? So it really is that obvious that I'm just bursting with joy? I really thought I was just acting normal, but shucks.
What?
Well, if it's so apparent, I might as well tell you. I'm getting married! So this feels like the best time of my entire life.
I see. So you're getting married. Congrats, then.
Thanks a bunch. I just want to say, I'm sorry, Beth. No matter how much you may love me, I'm getting married to someone else. You should just count your losses and give up on being with me.
What?
I thought I should at least let you know. You know, otherwise you'd feel attached to me forever. It was difficult for me to contact you about this. But will you just support me in my decision to be happy?
Hang on a second. What have you been going on about? Why are you so hung up on the idea that I'm attached to you?
It's just that. When we broke up, you were sobbing uncontrollably.
What?
I know you loved me so much you couldn't help but cry your eyes out. That's why I figured you couldn't give up on me so easily.
What on earth are you talking about? I was sobbing so uncontrollably because you broke up with me right before our wedding with no good reason as to why. I wasn't crying because of some attachment to you.
There you go again, putting up a strong front.
The day before we got married, you were all... There's gotta be somebody else out there that I'm really meant to be with. You just blurted that out, then disappeared. That would make anyone cry. I'm not attached to you in the slightest. The only thing I feel for you is anger.
Well, that's not very becoming of you at all. I was so sure that you loved me.
Seriously?
Well, I'm sorry about what happened back then. But because of all that, I've met my soulmate and I'm getting married. My judgment back then was spot on.
Is that so? Good for you, then.
So you should hurry up and get married too, Beth. You won't regret it.
Long time no see, Beth. Do you remember me? It's me, Hallie from middle school.
Whoa, Hallie? Of course I remember you.
Good to know.
How long has it been? It's been such a long time. Kinda surprising that you knew my contact info.
Actually, you came up as a suggested contact, probably from a mutual friend. And when I looked at your profile, I thought I recognized your face, so I decided to contact you to make sure.
Oh, I see. Well, it's me. How've you been?
Great! Actually, I'm getting married soon.
Really? You're getting married?
Yeah. Do you know Ted? Actually, I think you talked with him a few days ago.
No way. Hold up. You're marrying Ted?
Mm-hmm. Are you good friends with him then?
No, I really wouldn't say we're friends. We actually dated a long time ago. So I guess you could call us exes.
Wow, really?
Just to let you know, there isn't a single thing between us now. As for our conversation a few days ago, he actually went out of his way just to let me know he was getting married. That was the first time I talked to him since the day we broke up.
I see. I can't believe that actually happened, though.
I'm just as shocked as you are. To think that all this time the soulmate he was talking about was you. I can't just let this go and say nothing about it.
What?
Hallie, I really hate to ask this, but are you really sure you want to marry Ted? Maybe you should reconsider.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
He literally just dumped me out of nowhere. He broke it off the day before our wedding.
The day before the wedding?
He said his real soulmate was out there somewhere, then he just disappeared like that. But then I found out after that he'd been cheating on me with a bunch of other girls. Then he suddenly got turned off to the idea of getting married and ran off.
What? No way! That's horrible!
It really is. That's why I'm saying I really think you should reconsider marrying him. I'm sure there's someone better out there for a kind, sweet girl like you, Hallie.
Maybe that's true. But I'm fine, really. I actually think a horrible man fits my lifestyle anyway.
What? What does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Thanks for the heads up, though. I'm glad you're still the caring person you've always been.
It's more than that, though.
Hey, since we started talking, though, how about going out for lunch or something sometime? I'm not in touch with anybody from middle school.
I'd be happy to, but is that really all right with you? I am your future husband's ex, after all.
Oh, I don't worry about stuff like that. It's settled then. I'll message you later. I'm so excited to be able to see you again, Beth.
Man, married life sure is great. I never could have imagined life could be so grand. You should get married soon too. Haha. I think you'll like it. Seriously? Save the conversations about your lovey-dovey feelings for your friends or co-workers. Now. If I did that, I'd make all of them super jealous of me. Can't have that.
Whatever.
If I just boast about how great my wife is, nobody's gonna like me. I must be the only man in the world to have such a perfect, beautiful wife.
You're that infatuated with her?
Who could have imagined I'd meet my soulmate on a dating app? It makes all my past failures seem worth it.
You met her on a dating app?
You got that right. She said she was looking to get married, so I contacted her immediately. Then when I met her, she was drop-dead gorgeous. And to top it all off, we got married so quickly and smoothly.
Huh. It was that easy?
She's a really shy girl, so we didn't have a wedding ceremony, but it's been a dream come true living with such a beauty. She makes great food and has an amazing figure. No way I could have been this happy if I'd gotten married to you.
Excuse me?
I saw you on Facebook the other day. You looked like a drab, single, middle-aged auntie. Ha!
What's that supposed to mean?
I guess at first glance, for a single girl, you look alright. But you can't fool anybody with all those sags and wrinkles. Guess what I'm saying is, time sure hasn't been kind to you. You already look like an old lady.
Excuse me?
I definitely made the right decision back then. My wife is an amazing cook, has an amazing figure, and is intelligent to boot. If a man's gonna get married, the girl's gotta be perfect. Unlike you, she's the perfect woman.
Guess a girl just can't compete with a pro.
Huh?
Man, the way you talk about your wife. I know you really love her, but it's not really fair. There's no way any regular girl could compete with someone as well acquainted with nightlife as Hallie. I should have known.
Wait a minute. How in the hell do you know my wife's name? And what do you mean by well acquainted with nightlife?
Huh. So she hasn't told you then. We used to be classmates back in middle school.
Wait, really?
Forget about that, though. Doesn't seem quite right that you don't know anything about your wife's line of work. Even though you're her husband, you haven't even the faintest clue that your wife is a stripper.
Wait, what? Hallie is a stripper?
She told me all about it when we went out to lunch a few weeks back. She said she's been their #1 girl for the past 5 years in a row. She has a ton of customers. And last year, she raked in over $1 million in one day for a birthday party.
$1 million? Wait a minute. This is all just one big fat lie.
Is it though?
Yeah, of course. There's no way my precious Hallie could possibly be a stripper.
You really know nothing about this, huh?
I knew she worked at night, but I haven't heard anything about her being a stripper. She doesn't even have any makeup on when she leaves for work. She probably just works at an all-night diner or something.
Probably. You mean you never even asked her? What, you just decided that since she leaves without putting makeup on, she must be working at an all-night diner?
But if she was a stripper, she'd be wearing a lot of makeup. She doesn't put her hair up either.
Of course she doesn't. Why would she? Did it ever occur to you that maybe she gets her hair and makeup done at a salon before she goes into work?
What?
Besides, didn't I tell you she's their #1 girl? They're very thorough about making sure that customers don't find out where she lives. Just like how they do with any famous person who wants their privacy.
No.
What are you getting so flustered about? So maybe you're a bit surprised about her job. Aren't you satisfied with having such a beautiful wife? Also, she's their #1 stripper, so you can hold your head up high.
What? What on earth are you talking about? There's no way my wife works a night job like that. If she was a stripper, that'd mean she's flirting around with other dudes.
Yep, sounds about right.
But I haven't even held Hallie's hand yet. And she's doing that sort of thing with the other guys?
Wait, you haven't even held hands yet?
I told you, she's just so shy. She says she's still not quite ready yet, so we sleep in separate rooms.
Seriously?
What in the hell is going on here?
Hey, Beth! You told Ted about my work, didn't you?
I'm sorry, Hallie. I thought he already knew.
He misunderstood what kind of work I do, and it worked out better that way. So I didn't tell him the whole truth.
I really am sorry. Is everything alright?
Well, I guess it's fine. I was thinking about divorcing him anyway, so maybe it's all for the best.
Divorce? Already? You're already going to get divorced?
Didn't I tell you that the last time we talked? I married him assuming we'd get divorced anyway.
What, really? I think I would remember something like that.
Yeah. I needed to keep away one really creepy customer. So I figured I'd just get married to anyone.
I'm not sure I understand.
They kept trying to propose to me. I tried to wriggle out of the situation, but they even tried to submit a fake marriage certificate to City Hall.
Wow, that really is crazy.
I know! So I thought I should get hitched with someone as a precaution, get my last name changed and all that.
You really overdid it by doing that, though. If you were really worried, you could have just registered a name change and kept that one secret.
Wait, you can do that? I had no idea!
You always miss important details like that. That's one thing that hasn't changed about you at all.
Well, in the end, it's all the same anyway. In any case, I was able to throw off that creepy customer.
But is that really okay? Isn't it against the rules of establishments like yours to be married?
You'd think so, but that's not the case at all.
Is that so?
The fact that I'm someone else's wife actually improved my earnings.
Really? That's hilarious.
It's perfect for women our age anyway, don't you think? Otherwise, we get thrown in with and compared to the younger girls. As much as I work out and stay healthy, time waits for no woman, you know? At some point, there's nothing to do but find a new angle of attack. A married woman. That's spicy.
When you put it that way.
It's better to just be upfront from the start and let everyone know that I'm married. It gets a kind of taboo feeling going that really excites things. And the weird or creepy guys just naturally stay away because they don't want to fight an angry husband. It made for a great deterrent against guys like that.
Huh, I see. I never knew nightlife could be so complex.
Well, of course it does depend on your age and persona. Anyway, in my case, I have no issues with staying married.
But you're still going to get a divorce? I thought you said it was a good deterrent.
I've got that covered. I'll just change my persona from married woman to divorced woman.
Sounds like a lot of work.
I just really like this line of work. It's fun. Not to mention, I want to see how much I can earn doing this job. That's why I'm just going to divorce Ted anyway and keep my real last name a secret. That way, even if a creep tries to submit a fake marriage registration form again, they'll never get the name right.
You're such a professional. I'm at a loss for words, Hallie. I'm impressed.
And that was the reason I was looking for just any idiot who would get married to me too quickly. What a coincidence that it ended up being your ex. I was so surprised.
I was more shocked than you were.
Oh, I almost forgot. When things have calmed down, why don't you stop by my work for a drink? I'll make sure you get the best service. Alright, I have work today, so I'll see you later.
Beth, I don't know what to do. Hallie's filing for a divorce. Wow, she sure didn't waste any time getting that ball rolling. She said she was planning to divorce me from the very start. She gave me some money as a way of apology, but I really wanted to be with her.
But you don't really want to be married to a woman who's a stripper, do you? There was no other way this could have ended but in divorce.
I mean, I didn't like that, but I would have put up with it if she'd stayed with me. Instead, she's just suddenly leaving me.
Just give it up already. No matter what you do, she's not gonna come back.
As if I could just give up on her that easily. I'll never meet another amazing girl like her again. And I was married to such a beautiful woman for a few months. I can never get married, ever again.
I think you've set the bar too high, Ted. Hallie's way out of your league.
What should I do? Even if I go back to dating apps, every woman I see just looks inferior to me. At this rate, I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
If you're that upset about it, why don't you save up some money and go to where she works as a customer? Try to become a man she could truly love.
You think I can make that kind of money? She was able to make $1 million for one birthday party. With my salary, I can't even afford a bottle of champagne.
Then why don't you get a better job or something? You're the kind of man willing to drop everything and just get married even without a proper ceremony. Or break up with your fiancé the day before your wedding. You're impulsive! Surely quitting your job should be easy for you.
Come on. That's crazy talk.
I guess you're right. Anyway, see you later. If you want someone to comfort you over your wife leaving you, why don't you grab your wallet and go to a strip club?
Hey, Beth. I've made up my mind. I've decided I'll marry you after all.
Excuse me? What are you trying to pull all of a sudden?
This past month has been really awful. I told all my coworkers that I got married, so they all keep asking me to let them meet her.
How about you just tell them you got divorced?
I can't tell them the truth now. They're already starting to call me a liar and my excuses aren't fooling them anymore. So I thought if I just get married to you, things will all just work themselves out.
Excuse me?
Besides, you're still single anyway, aren't you? It's perfect timing, so I'll just have you.
Don't make me laugh. Who on earth would marry you?
Well, we did get engaged once. And I'm sure you're getting tired of being single in your 30s by now. Come on, I'm offering you a compromise here. Don't you think it's perfect?
You've got to be kidding me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm seeing someone, and we're talking about getting married.
You're kidding. Really?
Thanks to some tips from Hallie, I worked really hard to get better at making myself more attractive. And as a result, I met someone really nice. There's nothing you could ever do to make me agree to marry you. Especially not some trashy compromise crap.
Hey, wait a minute. This can't be true.
Just tell everyone at your job the truth. Bye-bye. I'm very happy with my boyfriend, and we're planning to spend our lives together forever. As for Ted, he still hasn't been able to tell his co-workers the truth. To this day, he's still insisting he's married and has a beautiful wife. He even shows everyone Hallie's pictures and tells everyone that she's so beautiful he doesn't want any of them to meet her in person. Subsequently, now all his coworkers just treat him as a pathetic, pathological liar, and he's basically been estranged by everyone there. And as it turns out, he actually did go to Hallie's workplace once, but he was banned from entering, even with all his blubbering about being Hallie's ex-husband. I heard the bouncers beat the living daylights out of him.